our candidates, ladies and gentlemen. The next member of parliament for the constituency of Arapuch East, Mr. Shafiq Mohammed. The next member of parliament for the constituency of Naparima, Ms. Geeta Ramprasad. The next member of parliament for the constituency of Siparia, Mr. Ramprasad Lakshman. The next representative for the constituency of Princestown South, Tableland, Mr. Peter Taylor. Members of the party's leadership, members of the executive of the various constituencies, fellow candidates, members of the media, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, what a tremendous election this is. I faced the polls in 1971, in 1976, in 1981, in 1986, in 1991, in 1995, in 2000, 2001, and 2002. This is the 10th occasion on which I am facing the people of Trinidad and Tobago in a general election. I tell you, my dear friend, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have never experienced an election campaign like this one. Wherever we go, ladies and gentlemen, large crowds are following the People's National Movement. People from all races, people of all classes, people of all religions, and people from all over the country coming together in one accord and with one purpose, and that is to re-elect the PNM on the general elections of November the 5th. I have never seen anything like this. My dear friends, the People's National Movement has always drawn the bulk of its support from the African community in Trinidad and Tobago. But the PNM has never won a general election on the basis of African support alone. The PNM has always drawn support from all sections of the national community. And how times have changed, and how times have changed in Trinidad and Tobago. In 1971, when I became a member of parliament for the first time, when I contested my first general election, we used to talk about the valley line in hushed tones. The PNM couldn't think about coming into the valley line at all. It is egg after egg after egg. Rotten egg, that is. Today, my dear friends, this afternoon, I had the pleasure of walking here in Barrackpore in support of the PNM candidate for the constituency of Siparia, Mr. Ramprasad Lakshman, and to be warmly received by the residents of Barrackpore. May I say something else? That in communities like these, which are traditionally in support of opposition parties, those who support the PNM normally would have had to keep that quiet. You can't let your neighbor know that you're supporting the PNM. People have been known to have had their houses burnt down in situations like those. But more and more, my dear friends, more and more, as more and more people pause and think and move away from that in which opposition parties have joined them, and look dispassionately at the political landscape that has emerged before you. More and more, my dear friends, people who traditionally have supported opposition parties are moving to the People's National Movement. That is so. I want to pay tribute this evening. I want to pay tribute this evening particularly to our brothers and sisters of East Indian descent who have lived in communities like these, and who, notwithstanding all that had taken place around them, had decided to support the PNM in the face of tremendous opposition. They, my dear friends, are as loyal party supporters as any. In fact, they have had to face the slings and arrows of those opposed to us more than persons who have been living in urban Trinidad and Tobago and in PNM strongholds. But they have stood steadfast to the cause. So much so that today we can see more and more people who traditionally have supported opposition parties coming out, putting on red jerseys with pride, coming to PNM meetings, waving your flags, and preaching and listening to the gospel of the People's National Movement.